Welcome to the Dropship.com podcast. Today, we're bringing you more e-commerce insights, dropshipping strategies, and all the inspiration you need to grow your business. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, this podcast is your one-stop shop for success. Ready to roll? Here are your hosts, Ava and Noah.
Ever dream of building a successful online business?
Yeah.
What if I told you that you don't need a ton of money or experience to get started?
Mm-hmm.
Today's deep dive features an article from the Dropship.com newsletter.
Okay.
You know, the one from our podcast?
Yeah.
It's all about Thomas Smale.
Okay.
He's this e-commerce M&A mogul
Wow.
who started small and scaled his way to brokering 8-figure deals.
Really?
So we're going to break down his journey from flipping websites in his dorm room
Wow.
to running a billion-dollar firm.
That's pretty incredible to think about.
Yeah.
So what's fascinating about Smale's story is that it's like a blueprint for success in the digital age.
Yeah.
He demonstrates that with the right mindset and strategies,
Right.
anyone can achieve remarkable results online.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's rewind to the beginning.
So-
Picture Smale back in 2008,
All right.
basically treating websites like digital real estate.
Interesting.
She'd buy a site for $100, spruce it up a bit,
Okay.
and flip it for $500.
Wow. So just making a quick profit.
Yeah, just small scale
Yeah.
quick flips.
Got it.
But
Yeah.
what's interesting is that even in those early days,
Yeah.
he was already using tools like Google Keyword Planner
Oh, wow.
to spot undervalued opportunities.
So he was already thinking strategically,
Yeah,
even with those small-scale flips?
exactly.
Interesting.
He wasn't just randomly picking websites.
Right.
He was using data to inform his decisions.
Smart.
Yeah,
So he was already kind of ahead of the curve there.
totally.
Yeah.
So he was already thinking strategically,
Right.
even with those small-scale flips.
Yeah.
But then things took a turn
Okay.
when he wrote an ebook about, you guessed it,
Let me guess.
flipping websites.
Flipping websites.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that ebook became a turning point.
Okay.
It generated $30,000,
Wow.
which he wisely reinvested.
To launch his company, FE International.
So this was his first big break.
It was a pivotal moment
Yeah.
because he shifted from solo projects
Right.
to building a scalable business model,
Okay.
helping other entrepreneurs buy and sell online stores.
Interesting. So he was no longer just doing it himself.
Exactly.
He was helping others do it.
Yeah.
That's a smart move.
Yeah.
Especially when you figure out a system that works.
Mhm.
Why not teach other people how to do it too?
Right. And instead of trying to do everything himself,
Yeah.
he brought in experts to fill the gaps in his knowledge.
So he was building a team
Yeah.
that's essential for growth.
Yeah.
You can't do everything yourself,
Right.
especially when you're trying to scale a business.
And that freed him up to focus on the big picture strategy
Right.
and, closing those deals.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what were some of the strategies Smale used as he started to scale FE International?
Well, one of the key principles he applied was the Pareto principle. You know that 80-20 rule?
Oh, yeah.
He realized that 80% of his profits came from 20% of his website portfolio.
Okay.
So he doubled down on those high-performing sites.
Interesting.
He also encouraged his clients to adopt subscription models.
Subscription models.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Stable, predictable income.
Exactly.
Who wouldn't want that?
Exactly. It's a great way to build a sustainable business.
But there must be downsides too, right?
Oh, of course.
What are some of those?
Well, while Smale was a strong advocate for subscription models,
Yeah.
it's important to acknowledge the challenges,
Right.
maintaining customer engagement,
Yeah.
managing churn,
Mm.
and constantly innovating to stay ahead of the competition.
Oh, right. So you can't just set it and forget it.
Exactly. It's not a passive income stream.
Right.
It requires ongoing effort and attention.
So it's not a magic bullet,
Right.
but it was definitely a smart strategy
Yeah.
for Smale and his clients.
Sure.
But then he took things to a whole new level.
Mm.
When SE International brokered a deal worth over $10 million.
Wow. That's a pretty big leap from flipping websites in a dorm room.
Right.
Yeah.
That deal was a game changer for FE International.
Yeah. Right.
It wasn't just about the money.
Right.
It was about the trust that Smale had built within the industry.
Makes sense.
Even though he didn't have extensive experience with 8-figure deals at that point.
Yeah.
He had a proven track record of delivering results.
Right.
And that gave his clients confidence.
It's all about building that reputation.
Yeah.
Showing that you can deliver on your promises.
And it's amazing how that one deal catapulted the company to a whole new level, making them a major player in the world of e-commerce M&A.
Right.
But amidst all this success, what I find truly inspiring is Smale's belief that anyone can thrive in this space.
That's a powerful message. It's not just about having a ton of capital or connections.
Right.
He emphasizes starting small, reinvesting profits wisely, and continuously learning and adapting.
It's all about that growth mindset, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
While Smale focused on evergreen niches like beauty products and online courses, some might argue that exploring emerging markets
interesting.
with higher growth potential could be even more lucrative, even if they carry more risk.
So there's like different paths to success.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a one-size-fits-all formula.
Totally.
Yeah.
But what about building a personal brand?
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Smale seemed to be a big believer in that as well.
Yeah. He emphasized that building a strong personal brand is essential in the e-commerce world.
It's about establishing yourself as a thought leader, building trust with your audience, and differentiating yourself from the competition.
Okay. So we've seen how Smale went from flipping websites to building a multi-million-dollar M&A firm. He started small, learned quickly, and took calculated risks.
Smart.
But how did he scale FE International to become a billion-dollar company?
Well, scaling to a billion-dollar company is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
It requires a level of leadership vision and operational excellence that goes beyond just closing deals.
So what were some of the key moves Smale made
Yeah.
to take FE International to that next level?
Yeah.
Did he have to switch up his approach?
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the key things he did was focus on building a company culture
Okay.
that attracted and retained top talent.
So like he knew that to achieve his ambitious goals, he needed a team of A players who were passionate about e-commerce
Right.
and driven to succeed.
It's all about having the right people on the bus,
Yeah.
as they say.
Makes sense. You can't build an empire
Right.
with a team that's not fully invested.
Exactly.
But talent alone isn't enough,
Yeah.
right?
No, you're absolutely right. He also had to create systems and processes
Okay.
to manage these like increasingly complex deals. As FE International started brokering larger and more sophisticated transactions, they needed robust systems in place to ensure that like everything ran smoothly.
So it's about streamlining operations
Yeah.
and creating a solid foundation for growth.
Exactly.
Did he face any challenges along the way?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, the e-commerce landscape is constantly evolving.
Right.
And navigating that can't be easy.
It's a constant challenge.
Yeah.
One of Smale's strategies was to specialize.
Okay.
Instead of trying to be everything to everyone.
Right.
FE International focused on specific niches within e-commerce,
Okay.
becoming true experts in those areas.
So by narrowing their focus, they could really hone their expertise
Exactly.
and provide more value to their clients.
Right. They weren't just like generalists.
Right.
They had a deep understanding of specific markets.
Were there other benefits to this specialization strategy?
Oh, definitely.
Like what else did it do for them?
Well, it also allowed them to build strong relationships with key players in those niches.
Interesting.
They weren't just brokers.
Right.
They were trusted advisors.
I see.
Connecting buyers and sellers.
Okay.
And creating win-win situations.
So it's about building those long-term relationships.
Yeah.
Not just chasing quick transactions.
Yeah, building that trust is essential.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Building trust is so important in any business.
Yeah.
But especially when you're dealing with these high-value transactions.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds like Smale really understood that.
He did.
What I find really interesting
Yeah.
is that even as he was building this billion-dollar firm, he never lost sight of the human element.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
He constantly emphasized the importance of building genuine relationships.
Okay.
He believed that treating people with respect, empathy, and fairness wasn't just ethically sound. It was good for business.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the numbers and forget about the people behind the deals.
For sure.
But it seems like Smale never made that mistake.
He always put people first.
Okay, so we've seen how he built a successful business and scaled it to incredible heights. But I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
The different paths to success in e-commerce we were talking about.
Yeah. while Smale focused on evergreen niches, which offer stability and predictability, there's also the option of exploring emerging markets.
Right.
These markets often have higher growth potential, but also come with greater risks.
So it's a trade-off between stability and potential for, like, explosive growth.
Exactly.
That's a tough decision.
It is.
For any entrepreneur to make.
Yeah.
I imagine there's no right or wrong answer.
Right.
It really depends on your individual risk tolerance and goals.
And your overall business strategy.
What other lessons can we learn from Smale's journey?
Well, one of the most important takeaways is the importance of continuous learning and adaptation.
So, like, always be learning.
Yeah, the world is changing rapidly.
Right.
And those who are willing to embrace new technologies and ways of thinking will be the ones who thrive.
That's such a crucial point. We can't just rest on our laurels.
Nope.
We need to constantly be learning and evolving.
Absolutely.
It's about having that growth mindset.
Right.
Are there any other nuggets of wisdom we can
think.
extract from Smale's experience?
Well, his emphasis on focus is another valuable lesson. Smale achieved remarkable success by honing in on specific niches and becoming a true expert. This principle can be applied to any field, whether you're building a business, pursuing a career, or simply developing a skill.
So focus. It's about saying no to distractions and committing fully to the things that truly matter.
Exactly.
That's something I think we can all benefit from.
Absolutely.
Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground today.
Yeah, we have.
But I want to make sure our listener walks away with some actionable takeaways.
Yeah.
What are some key lessons from Smale's journey that they can start applying today?
Well, first and foremost, don't be afraid to start small. Even the biggest empires began with a single brick.
I like that.
Secondly, leverage the power of data and analytics. They can be your guide, helping you make better decisions, and navigate the complexities of the online world.
Great points. And let's not forget about the human element. Building genuine relationships, both with your team and your customers, is crucial for long-term success.
Absolutely.
Anything else you would add?
One more thing, never stop learning and adapting.
Oh, that's so important.
Yeah, the world of e-commerce is constantly evolving. So stay curious, embrace new trends, and be willing to pivot when necessary.
So true Smale's story really underscores that success in e-commerce is not about overnight magic. It's about strategy, dedication, and continuous learning.
Exactly.
And let's not forget the importance of building a strong personal brand, as we talked about earlier. In a crowded online marketplace, having a recognizable name and reputation can really set you apart.
Absolutely.
Excellent point. Now, before we wrap things up, I want to pose a question to our listener.
All right.
What's your next move?
Ooh, good question.
What small step can you take today to get closer to your e-commerce goals?
That's the real challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's easy to get inspired by stories like Smale's. But it's what we do with that inspiration that matters.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in these amazing stories of success and then nothing. But this time I challenge you to think differently.
Exactly. We've given you the steps. Like it's time to take that inspiration and turn it into action.
What's that one small step you can take today? Maybe it's finally launching that online store you've been dreaming about.
That's a great idea.
Or perhaps it's like diving deeper into a specific niche that's always fascinated. Remember those tools that Smale was using back in the day? Maybe it's time to like dust off Google Keyword Planner.
Oh, yeah.
And see what opportunities are hiding in plain sight.
There you go.
And don't underestimate the power of learning.
Absolutely.
Maybe your next step is enrolling in that online course that teaches you the ins and outs of e-commerce marketing.
That could be a game changer.
What's holding you back? I think a lot of people get intimidated because they think they need a ton of money to get started. But Smale's story proves that wrong.
Exactly.
He started with $100.
And a willingness to learn.
And a willingness to learn. It's about resourcefulness and that entrepreneurial hustle.
It's about that drive. And that passion.
And don't get discouraged if you don't see results overnight. Remember, Smale's journey wasn't built on instant success. It was built on persistence, adaptability, and a constant willingness to learn and evolve.
That's the key.
He was playing the long game.
Yeah.
And that's something we can all learn from.
For sure.
Success in e-commerce, or any field for that matter, is a marathon, not a sprint.
Absolutely.
It's about those small, consistent actions that compound over time.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So what's it going to be?
Yeah.
What's your first move?
What seed are you going to plant today that will blossom into something amazing down the road?
We hope Thomas Smale's journey has sparked something within you.
Yeah.
A sense of possibility, a belief that you too can achieve extraordinary things online.
That's what we're here for.
Because the truth is, the e-commerce world is brimming with opportunities.
It is.
It's a space where creativity, strategy, and a bit of grit can lead to incredible outcomes.
Absolutely.
So go out there.
Yeah.
Take that first step.
Take that leap.
And who knows, maybe someday we'll be featuring your success story.
That's right.
Right here on The Deep Dive.
We'd love to have you.
That's it for today on the Dropship.com podcast. We hope you got some value out of this episode. If you're looking to stay ahead in e-commerce and dropshipping, the Dropship.com newsletter is where we dive deeper into the latest trends, news, and strategies. Delivered every Monday and Thursday. Don't miss it. Subscribe with the link below.